You know, one of the most powerful things in our life is our imagination. I was sitting in one of our rooms and I just heard this little thought come, and it said, you've been given an imagination to solve problems, not create problems. And you know, that's the thing about our imagination. It can either create or solve problems. It's all up to us. It's where we let our imagination take us. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I loved to daydream. I loved to imagine all kinds of things. Imagine I was a superhero or whatever. And if you got kids, you understand what I'm talking about. They want to be the Spider-Man. They want to be the Batman. They want to be, in a matter of fact, you say, who are you? They'll tell you, I'm Spider-Man. They don't see themselves as little Johnny or whatever. They think they're Spider-Man. They've got that imaginative ability in them. You know, what's so sad is it seems as if we get older, our imagination seems to stop because we want to have to deal with what we call reality. And I'm not saying deny reality, that's what I'm saying. But here's what's so amazing about children. They imagine so many great things. They have great, vivid imagination. You sit there and you say, are you sure you're okay? No, they're perfectly fine. But see, as we get older, something happens. We begin to lose sight of our dreams and our visions. When we're young, we have these ideas and we have these great dreams, and all of a sudden we encounter obstacles. Well, your mind was not created to create problems. Your mind was created to solve problems, and that's with your imagination. I'm going to hold up a picture here. You're going to see it on the screen, and I want you to see what you see. Now, at first glance, you might see a duck, but if you look a little closer, there's a rabbit. Is it rabbit season or duck season? Now, if you understand that, you know how old I am, and you know I like Bugs Bunny cartoons. But if you look real close, you'll see that it could be either a duck or a rabbit, depending on your perspective or your view or your imagination. In Psychology Today, there was an article that I read, and it was kind of interesting, and it said, people, they took a bunch of people and they showed a movie. And then after the movie, they asked these people to let their imagination work in reliving that movie. And what they found out, the brain became even more active in the imagination process of reliving that movie, which tells me this. Your mind has great possibilities to imagine the impossible. Think about it. JFK said, let's go to the moon. That's an imagination. But do you realize it became a reality? Do you realize every great invention, every great business, every great tool that you use around the house or at work or at play, do you realize it started as an imagination and then became an actuality? See, that's why it's so important not to let your imagination die, because that's what triggers your hopes and your dreams and your passions. It starts with an idea. Do you realize our world was created with an idea? And our whole world revolves around something that was an idea? Our governments revolve around ideas. Our companies revolve around ideas. Your job was based upon an idea at one point in time. Your very livelihood was based upon an idea. But here's the beauty of it. Whatever your passion or your dream is, let that cultivate. Yeah, it might be a small idea right now, but don't you dare think it's impossible, because it's possible. If you can imagine it, it can happen. I'm reminded of a story that's in the Bible, whether you believe in God or not. I do. But here's the thing. It talks about how these people were going to build a tower up into the heavens, and God said, you know what? If we don't stop them, they'll do as they have imagined. The imagination is the most powerful thing. Don't let it die. Don't let your imagination die, because no matter how old you are, keep on imagining, because you realize that could be the next idea that could help you in pursuing your destiny, help you in pursuing your passion, help you in pursuing your dreams. Don't ever give up on your dreams. Yes, you know, sometimes things may look like a duck right now, may look like something bad right now, but with the right imagination, you can actually see it as something else. It's all dependent upon you, what you dare to believe, what you dare to see. I had a man tell me one time, and I never forget this, and this was years ago, and it's turned out to be true. He said, Charlie, whatever you imagine, whatever you see, you can have it. And you know what? I'm finding that to be true in my own life, in my family, in my son's life. Here's the thing. You've got to have an imagination. Don't let it die, because that's the secret, that's the beginnings of something that's ready to come out and be real on the outside. So here's the question: what's your dream?